Welcome to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rocking charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The makers in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.
What is going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're trying to give you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. Bitcoin is still sitting up there around 72K right now. We are hitting a little bit of resistance around the all-time high, but hey, we're going to get the charts out. We're going to look at it, and we're going to see where can Bitcoin actually go. But that being said, I got one of the best hosts in the game. I got Detroit's own, the man, the myth, the legend, FD White. You know it. What is up, dude? How are you?
Man, I was on the wrong link or something. I'm sitting there like, where's TradeFly at?
It was me. So for whatever reason, the button was on off. I don't know why I was in the off position. I was like, where's FD at? I was like, I didn't even hear from him. And then I looked in and I saw the button. It was like, it said off. And I was like, I turned it on. All of a sudden, like, and you popped up. So,
okay. Well, see, all worked out. That's all that matters. We're here now, 8:30. I haven't even talked to TradeFly today. I don't know what's going on, but we like Jordan and Pippen, man. When we get on the court, it's magic.
There it is. I'd love to hear it. Love to hear it. All right, let's go over to the chat. It is blowing up already. Ooh, I got to scroll just to get up there. We got username in the chat. What's up, my dude? How are you? We've been talking a little bit already. Buck's in the house. Hey, it was good seeing you on camera the other day, man. Keep doing it. Get your stuff out there, man. One of the things that I was watching a YouTube channel and they were like, you just got to hit play. And I was like, I took that to heart. I was like, you just got to do it. Get out there. And I was terrible initially. I'm not saying I'm any good now, but it was exponentially worse. I promise you that. All right, Eric, a ball and Wallen's in the house. He said the Trump garbage truck thing. Don't worry, I got a clip for you. I pulled that up just because it is kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. Clay the Great with his hoodie. What's up, dude? How are you? Crypto Billy's in the house. My guy, my fan, French Toaster. Hola. How are you, brother? Good to see you guys in the chat. Alexander G, the best mod in the house. We love you a long time. Go ahead and put some mod queen emojis in the chat for her just to show her our appreciation because she is the best in the biz. All right, scrolling down the Biomex. Hey, gonna get you back on here, man. We've been talking in the background on X. Also been talking to CVO. Sounds like he wants to come back on as well. So, hey, we're gonna keep bringing people on, man. We love having guests on here. Trying to do it big around here. Caffeinated Crypto. Hey, man, I played the track for you, man. You asked for it, you got it. So there you go. Scrolling down some more here, and we got Alex O Crypto in the house. He's going to be on with us tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day. We got Alex O on. We're all going to be dressed up, looking all kind. Now, I can't keep going. The cuteness meter just went up. What's up, man? What's up? Hi.
Say hi, Nightcap.
Hi, Nightcap.
That's it. It's over. We're gonna have 400 views now. There's no way we can't. All right. So Alex O is gonna be on here tomorrow. We're gonna be dressed up. So it should be crazy. But the reason it's gonna be even bigger is because we got a giveaway going on. So remember, to be eligible for the giveaway tomorrow on Crypto Nightcap, just go over to Blowfan, use our affiliate link down below. Register, deposit $50. I don't really care what you do with the $50 afterwards. You can send it back to Coinbase. But as long as you got $50 on there, you will be eligible for the drawing tomorrow. And you can get $100 USDT. And feel free to do what you want with it because that is us giving back to you. So let's keep going down the chat here. We got Wix Wife Find 89 in here. and she is our other moderator holding it down. And she gave us some very nice praise today on X. I just want to say thank you. We do appreciate that. It really does feel good. Mutual appreciation. You guys are fam. Thank you for being here. And that being said, our show yesterday, thank you again to you guys, was our best performing. Now, I'm not going to say like we hit these crazy numbers or anything, but we have essentially tripled where we started. I went back and looked at it. We are starting out at about 100 views or so. And yesterday we broke 300. I think it was getting a little closer to 4. So, thank you. We appreciate that. That feels good. That means hopefully that we're doing something right. And me and FD, that's what keeps us going, is you guys and seeing that you are enjoying the content. So going down here, a couple more hellos, and then we're gonna get this party started. Let's see here. Harp, he's in the chat. What's up? He said full house. That's right, man. It's getting bigger and bigger, man. This family is growing. Trade intuitions in the chat. Go ahead, check out Joe. He's got a channel on YouTube. Go check out his X as well. Go show him some love. Help him out. Help him grow as well. Max H is in the chat. What do you say here? Just scrolled on me. Man, you guys are blowing up the chat here. Look at all those mod queen emojis. I love it. But Max H, we say, love the nightcap, but not as much as the... I can't believe you, Max. That hurts. All right. Morning show is great. Me and FD are going to try to raid the morning show here soon. So stand by for that. We're not telling Piper. We're just going to show up. So Piper, better be ready, man. You better have the quad screen ready to go. All right. Scrolling down here. Alex Grow Crypto, my man. All right. And I think, Redman's in the chat. What's up, dude? Hope all is well with you as well. And Nikki B, she said, hi, all. If I missed one of you, let me know. David Galfin, sorry. Hello, how are you? And I think that is it. But if I didn't miss you, let me know in the chat. I'll give you a shout out still. All right. FD, my dude, what are you thinking today? How's everything going? Anything standing out to you? Any news? Anything with just crypto in general? What you got, man?
I don't, like I said, we started a little bit, we didn't do a pre-game. So I don't know what you're going to talk about, but I do have some bullish Solana news. I don't know if you saw that. See, we're already on the same track. This is why the show is going to be the #1 show, not just on Piper Academy, but in the world, Craig.
Of the world. Top flight security.
Yeah. So
I know.
Yeah, Bitcoin is consolidating right under all-time high. So I like it. We got a little bit further to go down and remain very bullish. So we'll talk about that. And nothing too much. I'm ready to jump into it. Let's get it.
Gosh, we should do a whole show and just like quotes from Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. We had to give everybody a week to watch the show. To watch the movie so they'll know some of the references that we bring it to if they haven't seen it.
Yeah, dude. I got one friend, man. Bad Boys 2. Me and him literally can have like an entire conversation from just quotes of that movie. Like, and we'll go on for like 5 minutes, and people are like, "What is happening right now?" And we know exactly what we're talking about the entire time, man. It's hilarious. But all right, let's. What's up?
Bad Boys 2 might have been the best one.
Oh, I think so. That was it was one of my favorite movies for the longest. Did you see the recent one? By the way, that one was like...
I fell asleep, man. It was good, and then I fell asleep. I think I woke up when like the son-in-law was beating people up. Then I fell back to sleep. I'd be tired at night, man. My wife wanted to watch it, so I fell asleep. But I think I'll try to watch it one of these days.
It's not bad. I think the third one, that one was like way too serious. They took it to a whole different like place with that one. Yeah, it was. This one brought back a little bit more of the comedy. They were making fun of Marcus quite a bit in his eating. So, but yeah, man, it was I'd like it better than the third one. Let's put it that way. All right, let's get over to the news. First up, we got, hopefully all our screens are set up, Donald Trump, man. So coming on the heels of Biden making a comment about, I think, people being trash or garbage along those lines. What does Trump do? He shows up in a garbage truck, man. This dude is a showsman for sure. I thought it was pretty funny. Eric pointed this out earlier. I was seeing like Biden just get ripped apart for the comments, but this was the first I saw of the garbage truck. So just wanted to bring it up. I thought it was funny. Let's go over to what I believe FD was talking about with Solana. Canary Capital officially files for a spot Solana ETF. Now, we've been talking a little bit about XRP, and you should see a poll up. I think it's still up, but that was what FD was asking about yesterday with whether it's time to sell the bags or not. But also, there's been news about XRP getting an ETF. So Solana is now coming in the mix, and I want to know in the chat, what do you guys think? Who will get the ETF first? Do you think Solana will get an ETF, or do you think XRP will get an ETF? I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say in the chat. FD, I'm going to pass it over to you though, and see what you think. Who is going to get the ETF? And obviously, this is bullish news if this plays out for Solana. But just what are your overall thoughts?
So I was talking about this on my channel a couple of days ago. So Brazil, a Brazilian company, I think a Brazilian bank or something, launched an ETF and got it approved. I think it was August 7th. So it takes 90 days for it to go live. So I think it goes live like around November 5th, maybe like next week. That'll be like 90 days. So that's bullish for Solana. You know, Brazil doesn't have like a huge market, but it's just like spreading. So I like that, and I like that it's coming to America now. And we'll just have to see. Like the ETF, the Ethereum ETF, once it got approved, it really didn't do anything. But Solana, I think it'll get. You know, this is a tough one with XRP having all that baggage on them still. So I don't know if they're going to get a. We'll see. After November 5th, a lot can change. That's what people fail to realize. Like Gary Gensler is supposed to be fired day one. Probably not gonna be day one, but you know, around if Trump gets elected. So the whole scope of the SEC is going to change. We got Brian Armstrong calling for the SEC and a whole new team of SEC people to come in and give apologies to the crypto community. So I think whoever gets in office is going to be one will be a big change, and the other one will still be a change, I think. But I think Solana will probably get it first because XRP just still has those shackles on them. So I'm thinking Solana is going to be the third in line. So in our realm is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now it's Solana. Those are like the big three. So we got to just take it like that.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. Like you got to clear all your court cases and be done with all that nonsense before you can move forward. I think with an ETF, I think it's pretty clear cut there. Couple comments in the chat here. Alex O said, "I can't wait to run and hug Billy at BTC 2025." Well, I beat you to the punch, bro. I got to meet him in 2024, baby. So I'm gonna see him again in 2025. But don't worry, Alex O, as you are running to give him a hug, I am gonna tackle you before you ever make it there. So I'm gonna get my hug from you first. So got you, dog. All right. Let's see who else had a comment in here. Clay the Great, all my single guys, do yourself a favor and go to Brazil. Yeah, bom dia. Yeah, I know a little bit about Brazil. He ain't wrong. Cool. Let's go over to the let's go to the news here. Coinbase USDC market cap grew over 45% this year, making it the fastest growing major USD stablecoin. So here's another question for you guys in the chat, stemming a little bit of conversation here. What is your preference between USDC and USDT? And what would you guys prefer to use? And I will tell you mine. It's mixed. And the reason it's mixed is because USDT is used in more places, right? So it is an easier way to purchase cryptos on different exchanges because USDC is not used by all of them. But USDC is a little bit more thorough and a little bit more transparent with how they are backed. Now, they are said to be backed 1-to-1. It is not directly to a dollar. Remember, it can be bonds. There's all kinds of different investments and things of that nature that they can back that stable coin with. But it is backed and it is, actually not investigated, but it's audited. Right. So they actually do look to see that what they're saying is true. Obviously, they're tied to Coinbase. And that right there tells you that they want to follow regulation and they want to be transparent, which leads me to say, hey, I would prefer if I had the choice between the two to keep it in USDC and trade with USDC if able. Now, the other thing that's cool about USDC on Coinbase, if you guys don't know, if you're trying to shift funds around, there's a lot of exchanges that you can send USDC to, and then you can exchange it to USDT. Now, the cool thing about it with Coinbase, this is my on-ramp, off-ramp, that I can use the Solana chain, and it is very, very cheap. Actually, there's no fees to actually send it over to some of the other exchanges right now. So that is a little loophole slash workaround. If you guys aren't using that, that is a cheap way to do it. It used to be a lot more expensive, and it really was actually a pain in the butt to send money out to somewhere, like one of the other exchanges. If you were trying to use something like KuCoin or something along those lines, BingX, OKX, it was kind of a pain. Not so much anymore. It's pretty easy to do, and USDC is usually my go-to. FD, what you got, man? What's your preference between USDC and USDT?
So I only deal in USDC when I'm dealing with Coinbase. Anything other than Coinbase is USDT. Like even when dealing with these exchanges, all these exchanges pop up left and right all the time, and they all deal with USDT. Some of them deal with USDC, but I was like staking some USDC for a long time on Coinbase. So that's really the only place that I use it. I was sending some money from Coinbase to Coinbase wallet, USDC. But other than that, I'm pretty much USDT. And USDT, their business model, like you said, they have never been like thoroughly audited from what I know. But their business model is, I think they just printed like $1 billion worth of tether or something like that, like a couple of days ago once the market was going up. So they can build it out of print it out of thin air, like the dollar, and then they back it with something though. So they either buy something, they either buy crypto or buy Bitcoin, or they back it with something from what I saw, because I just watched a documentary on it maybe like a month ago, and it was like a 10-year anniversary of Tether or something like that.
Yeah.
So as soon as they print this magic Tether, they back it with like real world like treasuries. I know they got of course crypto, things like that. So I wish I could do that. Wish I could have my own money printer and just back it with real assets. That's
FD, we're just getting started, bro.
that's the
We're just
best
getting
business.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's bigger and better things, man. We're getting started here. Don't worry, you're gonna see more of us. Cool. Yeah, man, I'm on board with that. It was real interesting too. I don't know if you saw the one Ben Armstrong episode where he actually went down. I think it's to the Bahamas, if I remember correctly, and he was actually trying to go to, I guess, the headquarters or at least like one of their prominent, places for USDT, and he was like, it's empty. Now, I don't buy much into like his material or his content, but I think he tried multiple times to go there and it was like empty the entire time. Now, who knows if it was like a holiday or a week off that they get, because other countries can do things totally different, man. Like they'll take time off, or they may not even be there during a certain hour of the day. Who knows?
Their business was because I think he was over there dealing with the FTX situation, and Tether was like right around the corner. So it's like you dealing in Bahamas, something ain't all the way right. You know what I mean? So that just goes to show you, you just got to be alert. And we've been having Tether for like the past, ever since I've been in crypto. It's like, oh, Tether's gonna go down. That's the black swan. That's what's gonna take Bitcoin $1,000. And Tether has just been resilient. So I'm just gonna stick with it and just keep using Tether.
It is definitely held up through the test of time. I will admit to that for sure. So there's been those moments of people trying to FUD it out. Didn't really work. Even USDC, I think they destabilized that for like a couple days one time, and people were buying that at like 94 cents or something like that, and it went back up.
Yeah, a lot of times it depegged. Like we did have some times in the bear market with these. I know USDC depegged for a minute. It got down to like maybe like 60 cent or something like that, 70 cent, maybe lower. But if I'm not mistaken, somebody in the chat correct me or give me a little bit more information. I think I saw somewhere where Coinbase is going to stop using Tether and only use USDC. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate. Don't clip this and say FD is out here spreading lies. But I think I did read that somewhere, that they are going to stop using Tether and only use USDC, which would make sense because they're all in bed. Circle, Coinbase, USDC. It's just like they're all in bed with each other. So I would, that's what I would do. You know, they just have competition on their website. So I would just eliminate the competition on my site.
No doubt. Army Piper's in the house. What's up? He said, who's ready for $300 in giveaways tomorrow? It is going to get crazy here on Piper Academy. We're just slinging out dollar bills everywhere. So, hey, tune in. Tune in. You could be one of the lucky people to win some money tomorrow. So, I'm excited. If you didn't guess or put your guess in, I don't even know how that one works for the pre-morning show. Let me know in the chat, Piper, how that works for people putting in a guess on where they think Bitcoin, or as if it's too late. It probably is too late at this point. But anyways, $300. We're giving it out. So happy Halloween. All right, on to the next little bit of news here. And this one is for you DJs out there. This is nothing too crazy, but just wanted to point it out. One of the things that I always look for when I'm looking at some of the meme tokens and some of the other projects is like, does it have any utility? Right? That's kind of my big thing, to be like, all right, maybe I'll throw a couple bucks at this, you know, a couple hundred, you know, 500, something like that. Nothing too degen, but why not? Why not take a flyer on some of these? But one of the things that I want to look for is utility. There's two things that you can look for. You can look for the community, right? Because community will drive price up exponentially, and then look for some kind of utility, right? So Shiba Inu, they had a really good community, but they also were finding ways to have a little bit of utility back in the day. So that's why they were calling themselves the Dogecoin killer, because they were like, all right, we are serious, right? We're not just a meme token. We're trying to provide a little bit of utility. Floki, going along the same lines here, you can actually use it to purchase things in over 1,700 stores. So something for you to look at. Not saying to invest your money in Floki, just saying, hey, this is the one that does provide a little utility. So here's an opportunity for you to do a little bit of research and see if that is something that you potentially might want to invest in. Because believe me, when Dogecoin really starts to pop, when Shiba Inu starts to pop, Floki will probably be hot on its heels, moving along with them. So, all right, now we're going to go ahead, bring on our dude, Elmer Fudd, and you know what time it is. Breaking. U.S. layoffs jumped by 160,000 in September to 1.83 million, the second highest in 4 years. Monthly layoffs have increased by 540,000, or 42% over the last 3 years, as the labor market has slowed. As a result, the layoff rate, measuring the number of layoffs as a percentage of total unemployment, rose to 1.2%, the highest since December of 2020. Meanwhile, private sector layoffs spiked to 1.78 million, the highest in approximately 4 years, further evidence of a weakening labor market. Now, this is going into what? Job numbers, right? So we're going to get job numbers this week, and, you know, this could be some data that says, hey, like, could be bad data, to be honest with you. All right, so be careful, be ready for some volatility. We're going to get over to the economic calendar now, and we'll talk about that a little bit. We did have data come out today. All right, so GDP, that was the GDP growth rate. All right, so the GDP growth rate was annualized at 2.8% for Q3, and that is below the 3% in Q2 and forecast of 3%, what we were expecting. So let's take a look-see here at the numbers. They were, all right, so consensus was 3%, forecast 3.3, actual 2.8. So it's actually below that. One of the big things when you actually start reading about it, government consumption rose by 5% versus 3.1%. And what was it led by? Defense spending. Funny, because we're not really in a war, right? Not that, you know, Kamala knows of, because we have no troops that are overseas, do we? Yes, we do. All right. So coming up tomorrow, October 31st, you got core PCE price index month over month, personal income month over month, and personal spending month over month. That'll all come out tomorrow. That could have an impact on price. So be ready for that. On Friday, you got non-farm payrolls, unemployment rates, and then manufacturing PMI. So there you go. Friday is going to be a big day because you got unemployment rate, and you did get some data going into that. Could this be maybe a little bit of a precursor or a little bit of a heads up of what's to come on Friday? So, you know, be vigilant is all I'll say there. It does create some volatility in the market, and just be ready for that. So, all right. Over to the total market cap, that is at 2.44 trillion. That is down 0.08%. 24-hour trading volume is 90.1 billion, which makes for a 20.35% decrease. Looks like the big pump might be coming to an end. Could be cooling off here. Bitcoin dominance currently at 58.85%. That is a decrease of 0.04% over the day. So just a small decrease on Bitcoin dominance. Nothing too surprising there. Over to the bubbles. Looking at the crypto bubbles, you got Maker at 8.1%, Link at 5.1%, LDO at 4.1%, Pendle, I don't even know what that is. I got to be honest with you, is at 4.4%. And then some of the big hits, TIA is at 9.1%, Beam is at 5.9% in the negative, STX at 5.3%, and let's see, SPX is negative 6.6%. So you got some movers kind of in both ways, nothing too crazy. Most things, though, whether it's positive or negative, seem to be below about 4% in the positive and negative. So it looks like you're kind of getting into a little bit of consolidation. And when you get into that consolidation, you'll start seeing tokens kind of move and diverge from each other and move in different directions. So not such a bad thing. So one thing we can look at here, and I was reading an article about this earlier, is the funding rate. And what a lot of people are surprised by is that we still have a very neutral funding rate for Bitcoin, and it's getting up near an all-time high. So what is the funding rate? A lot of it has to tie around, or a lot of it is revolved around perpetual futures. Okay, so it's trying to even it out a little bit to bring it closer to the spot buy prices, essentially. So when it's going up and it's moving pretty quickly, you kind of starting to get overheated a little bit. What it's doing is really the buyers are compensating the sellers, right? So what we're looking at here, and I want to show you on the chart, is let's look at Popcat. All right, let's look where it got, a little bit higher on the chart. It got a little overheated. So you're looking at the funding rate go higher. Now, so that is 7 October. And we're looking at this now on the chart here. Let's go to 7 October. Right here. All right. So we had this really big move up for Popcat. Right. Look, let's just take it. That's tough. Let's just take it from the breakout. All right. We'll take it from the breakout and we'll take it to the top there. That's a 100% move. So the funding rates were high. All right, which then led to a little bit of a sell-off, right? Because you don't want to compensate the other side, essentially, right? We're trying to bring things to a median here, so you get a little bit of a sell-off, and you would expect to kind of see that with Bitcoin, and you're not near the all-time high. So that is very, very interesting to really think about. So the opportunity actually is still there. It's not saying that that particular metric is not saying that we should be cooling off right now, which is interesting. So take it for what it's worth. Just wanted to point that out to you guys. The liquidation heat map here on the 3-day, we got hotspots all over the place. All right, so we got hotspots to the top, we got hotspots to the bottom here. The hottest spot on the map, though, is at 70,750. That's well within play, for sure. And you can see the consolidation that's happening right now. You got the big push up, right? You got that trend, you pulled out, or you cleared out all liquidity on its way up. And these spots were hotter. Just understand that these dim off as the chart kind of moves to the right. These spots were hotter, right? So there was liquidity, it was getting cleared out. And now you can see some leverage positions coming in on the top side, right? They're going short. They're setting their stop losses up here, just over where we got rejected around 73.6. And then down here, liquidity is sitting. So let's look at it on the map. So what do we say here? 70,750. Let's look at that on the map. 70,750. All right. This is what I like doing. So come to the map. Yeah, that is easy for them to take out. All right. You still have support right here, the value area high. You have a support, essentially a little range. 2021 high. All right. You can see where that was significant for price action before we actually made the move up. All right, it can pull back to this area, clear out that liquidity, and still get a bounce while maintaining bullish structure. So I think that's very much in play. 70,000, what we say, 750 is definitely in play. And this is kind of what I'm anticipating, to be honest with you. we can't just moonshot forever. We hit our smart target. We hit our, we didn't really hit the all-time high, but we're darn close to the all-time high, right? So there's going to be people that are going to sell off right as you get by the all-time high because they're going to take profits. That's expected. Now, there hasn't been a big sell-off, to be very transparent with you, though. So again, I just think waiting down here for price action is not a bad play. You also have the trend line coming in here. Point of control is even moving up. So I mean, you got confluence now that's adding to this level of support. So we are now taking an area that was resistance, and we're going to retest this. We're going to do that OC retest, and we're going to try to flip what was resistance into support. And then that would open up the door for the continuation. Okay, so looking at this area for a potential bounce or a potential long entry on a shorter time frame, let me be clear about that, may not be a bad thing to look at, right? Do your own research. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you're still abiding by your own rules getting into a trade. But just, I would say this is an area for you to look at. Okay. All-time high, that's your obvious area of resistance. I'm not going to make any predictions on where we can go. One thing I do want to point out to you is we do have confluence with not only the all-time high, though, that median of the channel. Remember, I talked about that, especially on the weekly. This is very, very important. All right, we have not gotten a close over the all-time high. We have not gotten a close over the median of this channel. And until we get that on the weekly, I'm not going to get super bullish. All right, so I'm going to just kind of chill and kind of wait to see how this plays out. Now, if we break through this and we get a close over top of the all-time high, we get a retest of the all-time high, we are officially flipping what's resistance into support. Could be an opportunity to take a long position there, which is crazy to think about, right? I'm not big on saying, hey, I'm going to take a long position at the all-time high. I'm going to be fully transparent with you. I am much more likely to take a short position at the all-time high. That would be my bias that I would lean towards, to be honest with you. And I think this is in play. So me believing that this is in play, that we come down here and at least touch this area before we make that push up again, I would be leaning in the interim more towards a short than a long position where we're at with price action. All right, looking at the oscillator right now, we are now officially getting a trend reversal printing on the oscillator, and you can see it's starting to bend over. Let's go to the 4 hour, and it's more so to look at the oscillator than anything else. Looking at that, you can see we did get oversold as it was pushing up, and we are now kind of pushing down. Now, it does look like it wants to reset. It's trying, but just my guess would be that you're going to see something like this. All right. And then you may get another push up with price. That's possible. And then you get a little bit of divergence. So this will be going down. Price comes up a little bit for that retest. But if you see something like this on the chart, then that is bearish divergence, and that may be an opportunity to go ahead and take that short down to this area that I've been talking about. So that's what I'm looking at right now on Bitcoin in the short term. I'm going to pass it over to FD, see what he's got for you.
We before we move on, we got some new people in the chat that came in a little bit late. JS, good evening, brother. Welcome to the show. Who else did I see? I thought I seen a couple other people.
Sergio,
yeah, Sergio had a question too that I wanted to answer. He was saying he was hoping that this current uptrend isn't a buy the rumor situation for the election, or else we know what happens next. So yeah, right now, Sergio, I don't think this is a buy the rumor event. I think I think this is a real move, but it can be derailed, if certain things play out in the short term. But I think the anticipation of even with like when you look at the betting markets, the poly markets, it's another one that I look at. I think it starts with like a K. The lead is so big, everybody's getting pumped up. Everybody's kind of front running the decision or front running the election on November 5th. But I don't think this is buy the rumor, sell the event news. Sell the news event. I think if the crypto bros get what we want or get what they want, if everybody wants, then it'll continue. But I don't think, what, in the long term, I don't care who's in president. I don't care if Kamala, Donald Trump, Kanye, whoever, man. Bitcoin is going to the moon. That's what I want. That's what I really want to tell people and implement it in your minds. The path might be a little bit different, but the destination is pretty
destination
much
moon, baby.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, so that's just something I wanted to bring up. I seen that question, and okay, we can go to my chart now. Let's
All right.
see.
Yeah. So I wanna jump on that just a little bit because I was gonna talk about that yesterday. I do actually think that this move has a little bit to do with the current polling or what you're seeing on Polymarket right now with such a huge lead by one
Yeah.
of the candidates over the other. So Orange Man is kind of running away with it on Polymarket. I think that this move has a little bit to do with that. I really do. I think it is a piece of the pie. Makes people feel more comfortable about investing in crypto. I truly believe that because there's been nothing but positive sentiment in terms of regulation. The government is now like, you know what, this is a thing, it's happening. There is really nothing more we can do about it. They're writing papers about it. Pennsylvania just introduced a bill about it. I mean, there's tons of bullish sentiment for crypto, and I think that really is a piece of it. And that, my friends, is why we do not just do charts here. We do talk about the news because it does have a say so. It's not always the final say so, and you can see it go different directions based on, news that you're expecting. But I will be very transparent with you. There's a reason that I have notifications on from Elon. Like, that dude used to move the market 10% in a day with one tweet. So news can impact the market, especially low caps. But I do think that part of this move, I truly believe, is kind of news based in the sense that they think they know who's going to win this election. So that's my kind of 2 cents there. But yeah, we'll get over to your charts, man, and let's see what you got.
So for me personally, like I'm bare today, and I'm bare because we don't really have too much information. No, I'm not bearish. Bare, BARE. So my chart is bare. Just to get that clarified. We don't really have that much information in this area. We're hovering around all-time highs, so we don't really have too much to look at when it comes to history. So I mean, I was doing a little bit of short-term just analysis, and I mean, look at simple TA. We had a small downtrend. This is on the hourly chart, broke above that, and I was actually looking at my oscillators, and we had, what did we have? Right when we came to this support level at about 71.5, we had this prior resistance turned into support. When it turned into support, what did we get on the chart? Prime Oscillator Pro? We got a bullish divergence right on support, and boom, blasted right through there. Now we're coming down. We're holding this, this downward sloping trend line as support. But that was just a quick, little scalp that I made like $14 with. I was just, testing out Chart Prime. And speaking of Chart Prime, man, it's been hitting these hourly reversals, very, very consistently, man. So if you haven't thought about looking at Chart Prime, make sure, if you trade or if you like indicators and things like that, make sure you check out Chart Prime. But I mean, for as long as Bitcoin in the long term, when I zoom out back to the daily, all I'm looking at is to hold previous all-time high. That's all I care about. I don't have a bunch of numbers. I don't have a bunch of charts. We're going to keep it simple, stupid tonight. All we need to do is hold that 69, 70K area. We might can dip down a little bit, but we don't want to start closing dailies below there. We don't want to start closing like, 8, 12-hour candles below 69, 70K. We'll just say 69.5 just for, to round it out. We don't really want to close below there. So as long as we're above that, the noise is, I'm not really too concerned about anything else. And like I said, we don't really have that much information above 69, 70, 71K, somewhere in that area. So it's just, I'm sitting back and watch. I'm in no man's land right now. I'm in no man's land. But what I did want to show, I went on Crypto Blood's channel a little bit earlier. Shout out to my guy, Crypto Blood. And let me actually delete this. And I had a measured move. I was just looking at the chart. I always say I'm really not a super measured move type of person, but I did, look at this right here, and I came and I said, this looks like a nice big bull flag. If I just pull this right here, take that, pull it up here, and breakout target, I think it was like 77 or 70. Well, this one is coming at, about 78K. So if people are looking at this move like this, if technicians are looking at this measured move like that, a lot of people are targeting that 77, 78K area. And I think Crypto Blood had another way. He had like some trend lines that was going back years that aligned exactly or perfectly with this measured move. So I think we do have a lot of room to grow or a lot of more room to go. I think we will get a pullback at some point. I don't think we're just going to go straight to 100K, but I do think we have a little bit more in the tank. And like I said, we could come down a little bit, maybe even $2,000-$3,000. Everybody's going to start panicking again. But, you know, on the crypto nightcap, this is why you come here every day, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, to get you some good information, some good data, and to keep you cool like we've been here before. So what we want to do is we want to just hold that 69, 70K area. Like I said, I'm gonna keep reiterating that. As long as we're above that, I'm not, you know, too worried about anything else. How we react to Friday's news, the non-farm payroll, and then going into next year or next week is the election. And I think that's the 5th. I think we get a rate cut decision maybe like on the 7th. So it's going to be a lot of volatility, whole lot of volatility. So if you're trading, you know, just make sure you are using proper risk management. And if you're if you're just an investor, if you're just investing and holding, I think dips right now would be a gift. You know, if the stars align. But I think, you know, big declines of like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 at this point in time would be a gift. So that's just my non-financial advice.
Right on. All right, so over to Cardano. We haven't looked at Cardano too much. OC likes to call it Cardanzo. Daily looking bearish, as you can see here by the dynamic reactor. 4 hours bullish, 60 minutes is bullish. So we're starting to change the trend, right? It's very interesting because if you're looking at Cardano and then you're looking at some of these other coins like Bitcoin, the trajectory looks massively different, right? So the good news is we are starting to establish a range. Okay, so this is good. We're not continuing this down and right momentum. We have now broken out of this channel. That's good. You can see pattern break, and the smart target almost nailed it. It was darn close. But this is one thing I talk about to people when using these smart targets. Remember, this is kind of an algorithmic prediction of where this is. I mean, this was probably like a couple cents off. But one of the things I like to do is to find support and resistance. And if I find support and resistance that's underneath of that smart target, that will be my exit. I just want to teach you guys that in terms of looking at these breakouts. That would have been my exit right there, where you see a horizontal level of resistance. And you can see you didn't get a close underneath or over top of that area. So one thing to take into consideration when you guys are using these breakouts, just because there's a lot of times that it'll go up very close to that smart target, but it doesn't always hit it. And it leaves you kind of sad because you're like, man, it was so close. And then it pulls back. Look, your breakout is here. All right. So you probably would have entered the trade on this candle. And now look where we're at. We're kind of back to where you started. And you even got a retest of this trend line here. So again, just find something on the map that makes sense. To be honest, even with this one, like as I'm looking at it live, the dynamic reactor probably would have been my exit. I wouldn't have even wrote it up to this horizontal level of resistance. I would have just took the trade from here to there, and that would have been it. It would have been a short scalp trade. And, you know, you live to fight another day. You wait for the next setup, or you look to see how it interacts with this horizontal level of resistance, right? You never really broke through and actually got a candle close over top of it. Now, what I'm looking at too on the daily, so we're establishing this range. You have the 200 SMA is starting to work its way down. Dynamic reactor is working its way down. You're gonna start getting confluence at some point, adding to the resistance that's on top of the price action currently. Okay, so what you would like to see before taking a long entry on Cardano is that we get over top of this. The good news is that all this is starting to join right now underneath of this horizontal level of resistance. This is really lowering that opportunity to get into a long position, because if we break out and we get over top, if we start setting higher highs with Cardano over 40 cents, that might mean that you could have some positive direction. So from 35 cents to 40 cents, probably not that big a deal. I truly believe that Cardano can get back up near $1 again if we continue a bull run, right? If we get that exponential, that blow off top that people are talking about, don't be scared of Cardano. I still think that there's opportunity there. Now, is that opportunity as good as some of the other meme coins? Like, probably not. I don't know that it's the best play, but it still is a play that many people were very bullish on. Many people still love Cardano, the ecosystem, what it's all about. And you know, to each their own. I'm not going to hate on you for that. But that being said, it's not where I would probably invest right now until I see it break these levels, to let me know that we have that opportunity to kind of start working our way up and right again. So if you do break that area of about 40 cents, where's your next stop? Well, I mean, you have these intermediate levels, but where am I really going to be looking? 56 cents. 56 cents is your next like prime area. And the reason I say 56 cents is because look at how prominent the support and the resistance is. A lot of times when you start seeing these levels, what I want you to do is just go ahead, draw a line right through it, and that's really going to clear up the picture for you when you start zooming out and looking at some of these charts. All right, you want to see that those lines cross through areas of support and resistance. And then what do I talk about? You want to see a big breakdown, or you want to see price action exponentially take off when it breaks that area. So that's what I'm trying to teach you guys right here. You see it, it's holding up, it's support, it's support, support. Look at the wick off of that one. That's crazy, saying that there is buying pressure in this area. Ultimately, it sold off. But look, the breakdown is what I'm talking about right here. You got that breakdown. That lets me know that this area right here is key. When you start pushing back up again, that's where you're going to find resistance. I think you'll find a rejection there, or some kind of pullback. And what does that open up the door? So you break out, right? You get over all this resistance. You take a long position. You close right around 56 cents. And then what could you do? You could take a quick scalp or an intraday trade, a short at 56 cents, right? You flip the whole trade. You make money on the way up. You make money on the way down. Obviously, do your own research. I'm not telling you to do this, but it's some numbers for you to look at. So that's some key areas that I'm looking at on Cardano. I will say support, if it does come back down here, you can see I have an alert here at 30 cents. I will be interested in picking up maybe a little bit of Cardano at 30 cents, just anticipating that the opportunity is there, because you can see it is really holding up as support right now. I think the opportunity could be there to make a little bit of gains on Cardano, especially at least up to 35 cents. So that's, again, a shorter time frame trade. I would be looking for this. You can already see how the dynamic reactor is starting to kind of level out from 30 cents to 35 cents. Let's say, oh, wrong one. All right, here we go. 30 to 35 cents. That's about a 15% move. Ain't nobody gonna be mad at that. All right, so mark that on your charts there. About 30 cents is a good area for support. If it does come back down there, definitely start taking a look-see. Again, follow your own rules, do your own research, but those are a couple key areas for Cardano.
So I got a Rune, which is Thorchain. I don't know if anybody knows what this is, but it had a pretty good bull run up until the whole market started to go down. So our cycle high is about, I think it was like 11. Yeah, about $11.50. So I like to see these daily uptrends. Like, this uptrend has been going on since the beginning of August. And I mean, it doesn't get any clearer than this. It really doesn't get any clearer than this. We lost that 200, lost the 50, lost the 100-day simple moving average, came all the way down, found the bottom at about $2.50. Now we're just trucking our way back up, slowly but surely, making those higher highs and making those higher lows. So I like this right now. And then I'm integrating my my horizontals coming in. These are all macro horizontals. I'm on a daily time frame, like I said. So we flipped the 100, flipped the 50, got above this one at $4.35. Then we just recently flipped this 200 convincingly at about $4.86. So now I'm really bullish on this, in conjunction with, being in this nice uptrend. So what I'm looking at right now, I'm looking for, actually, let me see what I did. I pulled a fib from the top to see where that that golden pocket would come in at, and that would be a target that I will be looking at. So I think it's probably around $8, it looks like. So yeah, $8 and 8.052 is the area that I'd be targeting. Or you can just, if this is something that Thorchain is a really good, it's like a decentralized protocol. So I used to be all into DeFi, all into these things, all, doing all that. So this has been on my radar for a minute. I haven't really traded it like that, but I just went over to it a couple of days ago, and I like the way this trend is moving. So what I'm looking at right now on the short term, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Looks like we are holding this macro SR level at about $5.73. Let's pull up Chart Prime. Looks like the RSI is starting to come down, probably starting to bottom out. What else we got going on? That's on the 4-hour. Let's look at the daily. We're a little bit over. Let me see, a little bit overbought So, we're expecting some sort of cool off. But if we can let these oscillators cool off, let the RSI cool off, and then we hold this area here at about $5.75, $5.80, then that'll be something that I'll be watching for a continuation back up to that golden pocket at $8. So this is just something to put on your radar. Even if you don't have all these other, indicators and all these other lines and moving averages, just pay attention to this upper sloping trend line, this macro upper sloping trend line that we've been in since August, the beginning of August. And then, if it comes back down here, I'm longing. I don't even need nothing else because look how it's been reacting after all of these other touches. So it's just something that I'm going to look at. And of course, use risk management. You have your stops under some of these wicks, depending on how much leverage you're using. But I like this. A lot of coins are looking like this. So once we do get some sort of alt season, or if we do see, the market, the overall market or Bitcoin keep going up, of course, it's going to just pull these altcoins up slowly but surely. We're not going to get massive sell-offs. We're just going to keep, getting pulled up slowly but surely by Bitcoin, keep getting pulled up. And then once that Bitcoin dominance happens to roll over and Bitcoin, hopefully doesn't crash, then we can get a nice proper alt season. And I think this is one of the ones that should do fairly well outside of like the meme coin AI sector. I think utility might come back, and I think DeFi, might make its stands back. I don't know if it's going to be huge, but I think, we will get some sort of DeFi protocol run. So this is one to look at. Not saying it's like a long-term hold, but it could be like a nice spot trade if we do come down to these levels that I mentioned a little bit earlier. So Rune, Thor Chain, if you want to, rewatch that and have that in the back pocket, then, rewatch this after the show and just keep it on your mind, keep it on your radar. Rune, Thor Chain.
Right on. I'm going to look at Ethereum right now. I'm going to go ahead and take this volume profile off right now. You can see the two distinct ranges, right? We're in a range here, and now you've developed another range underneath of this one. So I've kind of divided those out. I got a horizontal level of resistance right now. You got the 200 working its way down. You got the dynamic reactor working its way down. You did get a smart target up here by the 200 SMA. I would say that I'd be very, very hesitant with that right now. You will see a lot of times that you get these breakouts with it reestablishing in the range, and the second breakout here, it will have a tendency to try to push up to that smart target. I will say more times than not. What gives me pause? You got the dynamic reactor right over top of price action right now, and you have an order block here, 90% in the negative, right? So that says there is selling pressure here at this dynamic reactor. Be very, very careful with this. I would like to establish over top of the dynamic reactor. Problem is, as soon as you establish over the dynamic reactor, what do you run into? A horizontal level of resistance. So there's a lot of resistance working its way up, trying to get to this smart target right now. I'd be very, very careful with this one. I wanted to point that out to you guys right now. So this is very key. This 2800 area, I'd say, is very key. As price action works its way up, you're going to see this dynamic reactor, or not the dynamic, the 200 SMA continue its way down to kind of intersect, right? You're going to have confluence here at some point. And what I would like to see is price action get over top of that. When you reestablish this previous range is when I'll get a lot more excited about Ethereum right now. So you can see, so you can see this kind of visually. I'm kind of looking at this to continue its way down, level out a little bit as price action works up. All right, price action, what we would like to see. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I would say low confidence in terms of getting up here right now. So you want to get over top of this. You want to retest, OC retest, and then you want to look for that continuation up for Ethereum, okay? And that is us then reversing the trend. All right, we'll start a new trend. Now you can see there's pressure building up right here. Set of higher lows, that's good. You're building pressure. All right, if this pushes up a little bit, then you're developing a symmetrical, an ascending triangle, all right, which shows you pressure going up and right. So there's a lot of conflicting information here on Ethereum on the daily right now, but this is trending up. The oscillator, the Prime Oscillator Pro, is working its way up and right as well. You can see the trend. That is pretty clear. A series of higher lows on the oscillator as well. That's a good sign. But really, I'm not going to get too excited about Ethereum, not in this area, only because there's so much resistance to the top side of it. It can very easily get rejected. Look for another retest of this trend line here as support before it makes its move. That is very much in play with how much resistance is on the top side of price action. This is what I want to see. I want to get over 2,800, reestablish a range, OC retest, then we're looking at Ethereum popping off and making some moves here. And I think if that happens, you're talking easily $3,000 again for Ethereum. So wait for that break of 2,800, and then we can start talking some bigger numbers once we get over all of this resistance here. So quick little scoop there on Ethereum. Pass it back to FD and see what you got, man.
So this is something. This is a little bit out of the ordinary for what I talk about. Pax G. If you don't know what Pax G is, it's basically a crypto that tracks gold. It follows the price of gold. So if you want to get some exposure to gold, this is not gold. So if you want to get some exposure to gold, gold is probably, I would say, going into 2025, this is probably the most certain asset class going into the new year. Like everybody thinks gold, everybody probably thinks gold is going to just continue to appreciate because of the outside factors that's going on in the economy. So if you don't know how to like purchase gold, or if you don't like get like gold ETFs or things like that, Pax G, I don't know what this wick was right here. This was some fluke stuff. But Pax G is one that I have been looking at for a long time. I've been looking at this since because I think I opened a trade because I bought some gold on, I'm not even gonna say where I bought it at, because ask me on X, I'll tell you on X. But that's how I got exposure to gold at 1674, and then I was trading gold on Bybit through Pax G because that's when it had started its ascension at like the end of 2022. So this is one that I'm looking at. I think it's on like crypto.com as well. If you're, if you don't want to use like VPNs or nothing like that. It's on KuCoin. It's on MEXC. I think you need a VPN for that. But this is just one that I think, if you want to buy and hold, nobody is talking about Pax Gold. Everybody's talking about, crypto versus gold, or gold versus equities, or this or that. If you want to get some exposure to the gold price and the gold appreciation, look into Pax G. And I don't have any like TA about it, but just look at it. I mean, it's just up and to the right, like, because it's just tracking gold. That's basically what it's doing. So this is just something that I wanted to give to the community if they didn't or weren't privy to that. So I think I'm going to start trading this a little bit more. I don't know if you can do futures on this or if you can do leverage on this. So I'll have to look into that. But if you want to just park some money into have some exposure to gold, not financial advice, I will look at Pax G.
Right on. I am going to push everyone over to check out Billy Goat Tales on YouTube here. Let me pull this up right now. Boom, there it is. Go check out their channel, all right? That's going to be at Billy Goat Tales on YouTube. They are actually doing their airdrop right now for their season 1 of their book. It's like a digital book that they've done, or I guess it's on the blockchain, right? So it's on the blockchain, and everyone that spoke, right? There's a lot of motivational quotes in there, a lot of good just guidance. If you're into business, if you're into crypto, there's a little something family, there's a little something for everyone. And I think this is going to be fire. So go check that out. They did just drop a video in regards to this airdrop. So I'm sure that'll give you a little bit more background of what it's all about. But if you're not following Billy Goat Tales, I highly, highly suggest that you do. Their Tuesday night X Space is fire. So go check that out. Definitely, that is a ritual for me, man. Tuesday nights, I try to get over there after the show pretty much every Tuesday and, catch at least some of that show. So they're good people, they're family. So check them out. Again, we would appreciate that. Go show them some love. Go help them grow as well. They need some more subscribers. You can see I'm subscribed there, so you can do it too. All right. That's what I got for that. And I think, unless FD, do you have anything for the people? I think we might start wrapping this up.
I was trying to remember, because I'm thinking I'm getting the airdrop, because I spoke at one of the first, spaces that they had, and I think all the speakers get an airdrop. So I was trying to get it live to show the people, but I got like so many wallets. Like I don't even know which Cardano. I think it was a Cardano wallet. I don't even remember which one.
It's my only Cardano wallet. I created that wallet just for this. That is the only reason that I have it.
I remember. I think I did create a new one, but I don't I gotta ask Billy to see if Billy remember which one I sent. I mean, which one I used. So, man, just shout out to Billy, man. Shout out to Biomix, Red, man. Just everybody, man, who are always in that space and always doing what they do and what they bring to the community, what they bring to the crypto space. Because it's not too many guys that are doing this. They're not doing that. A lot of people are in it like just look at me. I got this, I got that, or buy this, buy that, or this. Like Billy, and I've never met these guys in person, but I feel like I've known them for years, man. The way we interact and the way I've been treated and brought into his community and things like that. So it's just shout out to him, shout out to the whole team, and shout out to the community here, because it's all like it's their givers gain is their slogan, and it shows, man. They don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk.
It's permeated the space too, man. I see it all the time. Givers gain through a lot of the biggest content creators out in the space right now. They have definitely left their mark, and it's a good mark. It's one of the things that I talk to people about all the time. It's like there's truly like some good people in this space, and they're really big on finding your people, right? And I think we found that here on this channel a little bit. We have a nice group that's in the chat. Me and FD have a solid connection, man, and like we're growing together. It's really, really cool to be a part of all this. So,
you know what? Before we get out of here, man, before we get out of here, I think as we grow, we slowly growing, but that's not because we're coming here trying to be, doing flashy stuff and doing all type of, things that is just weird. I think the way we are doing it, it's going to start to spread and spread and spread. And, hopefully one day the whole space, I don't think the whole space, but a big part of the space will start to be like, Billy Gotel's, Piper Academy, things like that. We gotta infiltrate some of these bigger platforms, some of these bigger, these bigger things, and bring that kindness and that goodness to their communities as well. And I think it'll spread like wildfire, because humans, we crazy, man. We got a lot going on, but when you're first born, you're pure, so it does exist. We just got to bring it back out of people, man. Growing up, getting whatever you're doing in your life, sometimes you stray away from that. But I think, being nice and being kind, not all the time, because sometimes you gotta turn up, you know what I mean? But for the most part, you can tell somebody's character. You can tell, what type of person they are when you interact with them so much. So I think that's something that we need to try to get throughout the space. We can be degens too, but we want to be nice, kind degens. I want to be a nice, kind degen. I want my kids to look at this like, oh, my dad used to be making YouTube videos and looking at, certain things that I posted and, replies to what I posted. And I want them to be happy, or, to call me dad. So that's just one of the things that we need to implement. And Crypto Billy and the team over there, they do that. So shout out to them.
right on. Yeah, no, I echo that sentiment, man. I love seeing that too, man. It's really interesting to see like the psychology of everything. And you kind of nailed it. Like kids are inherently just good, right? Like they don't usually come out with mean bones in the body. Those are things that are learned behaviors most of the time. And it's very, very interesting to see how we develop as humans. And, yeah, man, I would love to see the good come back out of people, because the society as a whole, like we have not trended in a good direction. I do think social media has a good bit to do with that. I'm not saying I'm totally against social media, but a lot of times it brings out the ugly, and it lets you kind of see, we kind of feast on all of the drama, which is unfortunate, that, some people are popular as they are just based on them being drama. But here nor there. I agree, man. We're trying to do it, what we perceive as right. I won't say we're trying to do it right, but what we perceive is right. And we're not over here trying to shill things and push you into paywalls or any of that. Like the things we look at on the charts, like was genuinely things that we look at on the charts. Like those are trade setups that we're looking at. There are areas that we're interested in taking a position on. We're not holding back. We're not, saying, hey, here's, this value area high, low, and whatever, these support, resistance, and I'm out of here. Good luck, Chuck. I'm going to point things out to you with the indicator and be like, hey, when you see this breakout, why don't you look for these things too before you just follow blindly into, where the smart target is, right? There's some other things that you need to take into account before, or when you exit that trade, because statistically, I see it playing out for you more times than not. So, you know, I agree with you, man. And I hope that does help us in the long run, to be honest. Special shout out too, man. My buddy Athos is in the chat. He is actually one of my really good friends. I picked up on his screen name and I was like, Athos. I was like, man, I think I know who this is. I had to text him while we were live today and be like, are you Athos? And he was like, yeah, man. I was like, cool. So just want to give him a shout out. Much love. He's been literally my like my main man when I started. He's been giving me honest feedback from the day that I started making videos, good, bad, and ugly. And he's still here watching the show. It's kind of funny. We'll go golf sometimes and like he'll be watching the show in the car as he shows up and he's like, hey man, like, you know, this was like awesome, or you know what, that was a little strange, like, but it's cool, man. So another one that he's become family, our extended family in the neighborhood. So cool. Gosh, we get off. I don't even know if it's off rails, but it got emotional. All right,
it's only 9:30 though. You know, we've been going way past 9.
Yeah.
You know, past an hour. But you know, I just, you know, I'm gonna go watch my show. I think I'm gonna watch Venom, The Last Dance after I get off of here. But I think I you know, when I come on the Nightcap, it makes me it makes me do better on YouTube, makes me a better trader, makes me a better investor. So it's not like we're just helping you guys. You guys are ultimately helping us as well. Like, so, you know, if I come here and thank you guys every night, don't get sick of me, man, because I really appreciate it. I would have never thought I'd be sitting here making videos and people would be actually listening and, you know, commenting and saying, you know, I helped you helped me make some money or something like that. So, you know, we appreciate you guys, and we just got to get ready for next week. Back to the charts, back to the data, back to the news. You know, we get through this week. And then next week is when we're really going to have to buckle down and make sure you come to the Nightcap, man, because we will try to lead you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight. We really, really appreciate it. Sorry, we got the feels on you.
Wick's wife 589. I watched Silo. That's a good show. I can't let that comment go by. I gotta talk about that.
There
That's
is.
an excellent show. We'll continue that conversation over on X. But yeah, I like that show too. My bad, Trey.
We're gonna make that a segment, FD, man. Like at the end, like the wrap up, like we're just gonna hand it over to you. So, because I feel like every time, like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe. We're out here. FD's like, whoa, hold on. One more thing. One more.
Yeah, when the Wick talk, I listen. So it's really that simple.
As you should. All right, for real this time, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really, really do appreciate you. You guys have a great night. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy the content. Maybe if you don't, still hit that like. Hit the dislike button. I think that gives us engagement. That's cool too. So again, be safe, trade safe, and we're gonna see you guys tomorrow in Halloween costumes. It's gonna be great. We're out of here.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange the bad to okay.
Look at online.